Let's have a look at example 3. So we have a group G and elements A and B and G, and we want to calculate A inverse inverse and AB inverse, and we want to demonstrate that the answer is correct. So for part A, what are they asking us? They're asking about A inverse inverse. So they're asking us, what is the inverse of A inverse? What is the inverse of A inverse? That is the question. Well, what's an inverse? An inverse is an element that if you multiply by it from one side, you get the identity. And if you also multiply by it from the other side, you also get the identity. So in either order, you get the identity with the element whose inverse you're trying to find. So that leaves the question, what do I have to combine with A inverse to get the identity? Well, since A inverse is the inverse of A, we already know that A inverse A is the identity and A inverse is the identity. So really, A and A inverse are inverses of each other. And so the inverse of A inverse is A. That's what we have. So part B asks, what is the inverse of AB? And you may want to guess that the inverse of AB is something like A inverse B inverse, maybe? But that's actually not the case. So let's start again the same way that we started when we thought about part A. So what is an inverse of AB? It's something that when we take AB and then multiply by it gives us the identity, and also the same thing from the other side. So what would I have to stick in there to get the identity back? And so I somehow have to eliminate B. So what can I combine with B to neutralize it, to just get the identity? Well, that is B inverse. If I take B inverse, that gives me the identity. And so that gives me the identity, and the identity combined with A is just A. So now I just need to neutralize A, and so I do that via A inverse. So what is happening here is that when I take AB and I multiply it by B inverse A inverse, I actually get the identity back. And the same is true also in the other order. So over here on the right, how do I get rid of that A? Well, by sticking an A inverse right next to it. This will combine to just be the identity. That leaves me with a B, and that I neutralize by putting a B inverse right there. And so I have that when I take AB and multiply from the left by B inverse A inverse, I also get the identity. So we found our inverse of AB, and it is B inverse A inverse. And if you want to see the steps in a little bit more detail, look at the notes, and you can see for part B a few more details